Hi, and welcome to the Dave and Wayne Show. I'm Dr. Wayne Bennett, past president of the Arizona Association of Chiropractic and past Arizona delegate to the American Chiropractic Association.
And I'm Dr. David Berg, president and founder of Redirect Health. And we're here today to talk about what a chiropractor has to do in order to participate with Access. And I've got a special guest here, Janna Wells, who is Redirect Health's Credentialing and Contracting Specialist.
Well, good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, and I'm excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
One of the most important things, and one that I know when we've credentialed our providers, and you may share in this experience, it gets a little confusing at first because you have to get credentialed, but before you get credentialed, you have to enroll, and there's 2 steps to the enrollment, and we're just doctors. We're just trying to take care of patients here, and it gets a little confusing for our staffs, and that's what you do. And I'm excited about tapping your expertise on how a doctor gets started. So would you just kind of walk us through that initial process and how to go about it from a provider's point of view?
Certainly. As you said, it's a 2-step process. The first step is on Access's website, which will have links available, you become a portal user in their APEP system, which is an online system for their enrollment process. So that's the first step, getting a login, getting password set up and everything.
And that's APEP, A-P-A-P.
Correct.
When I watched the video, it sounded like he was saying PEP, and I was going, APEP, what's APEP? And then I looked up and said A-P-A-P. Ah, that's what it is.
Yes, absolutely. And then once you get that login, you'll get a confirmation email, and once you receive that, then you can go back and actually start the Access application enrollment process.
Okay, so 2-step process.
2-step process.
Okay. And then when that second process begins, there's a whole bunch of information. It's an easy process to do about the 3rd time you've gone through it.
Absolutely.
The first time you go through it, it can be frustrating because you're asked to provide information. At least I know when one of our doctors is like, oh, well, now I got to go look this information, and came back and then sat down and asked that question and asked another question and said, oh, I have to, So would you suggest for our doctors that they have a list of that information before them and have collected that information in advance?
Absolutely. And we will be having a link to that list.
Good.
So the doctors can have sort of a checklist
Good.
before they sit down. But yes, absolutely. I like to think of the process as it's simple, but a lot of steps. Mm-hmm. So when you look at the steps individually, they're simple steps, but there are a lot of them. So it is good to have all your documentation with you available so you can just go right through each of the steps. One of the main things I think is be sure to have like your W-9 in a PDF format, your license in a PDF format, things like that you may need to upload. So as you go through the list, those are the things.
Yes.
Highlighted.
Yes, and as you mentioned, if you want a copy of that list and a guide, you can just email to drb@lightbulb.net, and we'll get that off to you. And there are a couple of you mentioned links as well, video links to provide guidance from Access for doctors who are trying to enroll.
Absolutely. When you first initially go to that APEP portion of the Access's website, again, we'll have the link available. They have several tutorial videos, which are simplistic, but they are definitely helpful.
Excellent. Yes, and again, just to pass on my experience to our viewers, those videos are produced by Access. They are made universally for all of their providers, and relying on them without Janna's great advice and with a list of stuff to go through is you can still do it, but they're speaking a little bit insurance administration language that we as doctors are sometimes not familiar with.
I agree
and
with
so yeah, that's good advice. Now, what happens after that? Will the doctor be notified that they are in fact enrolled? Will they be given a number? What's the outcome there?
Absolutely. Once the actual application is submitted, then you will receive an application ID, which you can go back to that portal and check your status of the application while you're waiting. But there will be an email once you are approved and receive your Access identification number. You'll receive that via email. They also mail it in the mail.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So should a doctor of chiropractic decide to enroll as an Access provider, would it be of benefit for them to have their staff, and if they're not doing that themselves, if they if they have staff that are doing that. And doctors, please don't presume that your staff know all about this, because this is a new wheel that we're working through here. So do you think it would be a good idea for them to have their staff watch this video and perhaps take a look at that list?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially having access to that list and the links that we have available and information. Absolutely.
Excellent. Very good guidance. Thank you very much, Janna, for your help. And so once a doctor has finished the enrollment process, it's not over. The next process then is to credential with the insurance carriers within whatever region that doctor is practicing. And there are several. And that it can be also a confusing process. And so in the next presentation in this series of the Dave and Wayne Show, we will be interviewing Angela Powell, who is a billing and coding expert who's been working with chiropractic providers as a professional for over 30 years. And she's going to help provide some guidance to move through that process as well. So we hope to see you on the next visit.